How's everybody doing? Welcome to Dave's World. So I know I haven't put out an update in a while on the V8 swap. I've been kind of crazy busy and I want to show you something. It's very expensive building a 900 horsepower car. This is what $8,000 in upgrades looks like. What I'm doing is I have to convert this engine over to 8 rib, and I also have to convert the front end. These are conversion hubs. These steering knuckles and hubs are non-front wheel drive hubs. They're beefier, and I'm also changing the lug pattern. This is an 8 rib conversion kit. This is part of this is going to go on the brand new alternator. I'm also converting this from Camaro accessories to Corvette accessories, so I had to get a Corvette alternator, Corvette water pump, a few other things. We have the bracket for the supercharger system, and a few other little things that are going to be going in. One thing I need to explain is when you're building a 900 horsepower race car, you can't put stuff on it that's not going to work correctly. What do I mean by that? Well, the V8's in place. One of my problems is spacing, so I'm going to have to go into the firewall and we're going to have to move the firewall back. No big deal. I don't care. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I'm converting the Camaro accessories that are on the front of this engine to Corvette accessories. This engine was from a Corvette, but the person who put it in the car that I bought it from converted it to Camaro accessories for him, but I'm converting it back. And while I'm at it, I'm putting in billet mounts. Basically, the accessory drive is going to be all billet. Billet Specialties makes the bracket. Billet Specialties sent me a nice bracket for it. The supercharger bracket for the supercharger is sized and spaced for a Corvette. The 8 rib conversion is for a Corvette. The alternator is for a Corvette. There's a bunch of things that have to happen in order to make 900 horsepower out of this engine. I spent a couple years working for a supercharging company, and I know my way around what's needed on a 900 horsepower car. Engine wise, you cannot run 20 pounds of boost on a 6 rib setup. So that supercharger is capable of supporting 900 horsepower. The problem is the 6 rib setup is not. And what do I mean by that? Basically, here's the crank damper. This new crank damper is 8 rib. The original drive is 6 rib. So this will cause belt slip. The 8 rib will allow better belt wrap and better belt grabbing, basically, so we don't have any belt slip. For example, here's the original power steering pump. All of the accessories on this engine are 6 rib, and this is what a 6 rib setup looks like. When you're running 6 rib on an LS V8, basically when you're up over 700 horsepower, you can get what's known as belt slip. On a supercharger, belt slip basically causes a supercharger not to produce boost. So that's one of my biggest problems, is I had to convert everything over to 8 rib, and if I was going to do it, was I going to use the Camaro accessories or the Corvette accessories? I chose to go with the Corvette accessories because at the supercharging company, Corvettes are what we were working on constantly. So I wanted to make sure that I used what works. I wanted to stick to something that I knew worked. I wanted to replicate 900 horsepower. I wanted to make sure this car can handle it because I am building a race car out of it. Me personally, I think I want to go drifting with it, so I'm going to focus heavily on drifting. I think I like the idea of drifting. And now that I have these new steering knuckles, I may have to make a few modifications for drifting, but I'll figure that out along the way because the biggest thing is actually getting the engine in the car. The other big thing that I needed to do in order to convert this engine is basically, I worked on a couple cars and I filmed everything. I just haven't had a chance to post the footage. So for example, let's start with the Mustang. This is my 1983 Mustang convertible. This is a supercharged 4.6 liter. It's a dual overhead cam. I love these engines. I love the way they sound. I love the way they drive. This was a big job getting this in here. Luckily, the hood actually closes, which is cool. The engine's in here. The reason it's in here is I needed the engine stand that this engine was on. I need the engine stand so when I take this engine out of the car, I have a place to put it because I didn't want this thing sitting on the ground because it's pretty expensive. Now that this engine's in the car, I see pretty much what I have to do. I tried like hell to use this K-member, so what I'm going to have to do is remove this engine again. Luckily, I don't need the engine stand, but I have to put in a custom K-member. I have to change the frame around to fit this better. This K-member will physically not be able to use. Basically, what's happening is the oil pan is hitting the member. The oil pan's basically hitting the frame before the mounting holes can line up with the motor mounts, which sucks because I didn't want to go super crazy with this car, but now this is going to turn into a big project. Unfortunately with this car, I was trying to do like a budget build, but I guess since I threw the supercharger in on the engine, I think budget's kind of out the window. So what I'm going to be doing is I've been having my kids kind of help me build this car, and I'm just going to show them how to do welding, how to add tubular frame pieces, subframe connectors. I'm going to change the K member to tubular. I think I'm going to do a coilover suspension. This car is going to spiral, but the cool thing is my kids are helping me build it, so this could take a couple years. It could take a couple months. I don't know, but I just wanted to make some movement on this car because I have so many cars I'm in the middle of building that I had to get some stuff moved along the way before I started working on the V8 swap on the Cruze. The other cool thing that I started working on is this heat shield stuff. This is a 2500 degree heat shield. It has a non-flammable barrier, and then it has stainless steel on the outside of it to help cut down on temperatures. Typically while an engine is running, if you kind of touch this, it won't burn you like a bare exhaust will. I started working on this, and this is the downpipe for my cruise missile project. So the other car I've been working on off camera, but I have filmed everything, is Cruise Missile. Cruise Missile is getting updated. This is the new version of what I'm doing with this car. I put in our new OEM Plus turbo. I wanted to see what kind of horsepower the thing makes. It's a pretty badass turbocharger. I filmed pretty much how I did everything, and let me know if you want it in this video series or if you want me to basically make a whole video series just on Cruise Missile. This is a pretty badass car. So this is all powder coated lollipop metallic. It changes colors, which you can see as I'm moving around. I love the way this red, it's called color flop. This is all pretty much custom. That downpipe is going to be attached to this turbocharger. I bypassed the control solenoid. Like, this thing's going to make some pretty good power, but I want to take it to the dyno so people can see what the OEM Plus turbo looks like. A lot of people are looking for a nice boost in power, but they don't want to go crazy on these cars because these are daily drivers. So I'm building a new version of this. It will still have methanol injection, but I'm going to have that unplugged and unhooked because I want to see what this can do in this form. In this form, this is what I would consider like the everyday driver, upgrades. So what I wanted to do is basically put it in my own car, and I wanted to show people what you can do is like one big package, drop it in, everything looks good, everything will work, and we could even tune for it as well. This turbocharger is pretty nice. I used it in the past with some other upgrades. So what I wanted to do was, it's getting really windy outside, let's move away from the wind, but this turbocharger is really nice. We started working on the T3 turbochargers, like a Garrett style turbo that you would see on a Supra, but I wanted something more bolt-in that was larger, that makes good power, doesn't break the bank, and actually sounds badass. So that's what this turbo is going to be. This car's almost finished, and I started filming everything we're doing on this as well. The next thing I'm going to be doing is we have to get the engine out. Now that I have the Mustang engine off the stand, I want to get the Corvette engine on the stand, and once it's on the stand we can start converting things over to 8-rib. I need to do that. I also have to cut the firewall out. I don't know if I'm going to cut the firewall out today, but we do have to get the engine up on the stand today, and I do have to also I want to get the accessories in place so we can do that as well. Hopefully when I pull the water pump off this engine, it doesn't dump antifreeze everywhere, but we'll see. I might be able just to keep the water pump on there just while I put some other things on, just to, it's just for test fitting. That's really all I need right now.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there.
don't think you understand what you're doing. And my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing. Sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
All right, we got the engine out. I don't know what I want to tackle next because I'm on a little bit of a time crunch today, but I think what I'll do is, what would you rather have? One big long video, or would you rather have a bunch of short little videos just so I have updates coming? This is a big job. This is not the kind of car you get done in rush before SEMA. I have a chance to go back to SEMA. Performance.
T3 don't even cost that much to start with.
You get 2 months, your truck's over, that's awesome. So, I mean, obviously. Yeah, down to the right side.
This year, I went 2 years ago. I made a lot of really cool friendships and met a lot of different companies while I was there. And some people might even want to sponsor this build. So I don't know. I'm talking. If they're not going to sponsor, I'll just move forward on just buying stuff for myself. I always just build stuff myself or pay for my own stuff anyway. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be talking to them a little bit more. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm not done with this video yet. I'm just trying to figure out what direction I would prefer to go in. Right now I'm going to clean up a little bit. I want to get this engine hoist out of the way. It's kind of been out in my way for quite some time. I do need it for the Mustang, so maybe I'll just put it over by the Mustang temporarily. I want to pull that engine back out and put in a tubular K member. So let me just rearrange some stuff. All right, so it's hard to ask you guys what you want because this is obviously not live. I'm filming this, and on a later date, you guys are seeing what I'm doing. I guess what I'll do, I'm just gonna mess around with maybe getting some of the stuff off the engine. I want to give you guys more updates, so I don't know how much is going to be in this video. I just wanted to show you what I was doing with the cars, and I wanted to get the engine out of the way because the next thing I have to do is clear out this engine bay a little bit more. I'm going to be cutting the firewall, and we want to test fit the transmission because I have a rear end. I have a complete independent rear that's going to be going this as well. So that's a big task in itself, getting that thing in there. We need to get it out from outside. It's kind of been sitting in one spot because through the winter it was just covered in snow. I couldn't even get to it. So I guess I'm just going to mess around with this for a little bit more, and then I'll just keep posting updates for everybody. Okay, I just wanted to show you something real quick. This is a 6-rib pulley. Not only is 6-rib a problem, but this is actually a plastic pulley. You can see how weak it is. It actually cracked. So this plastic pulley needs to go, and this 6-rib needs to go. And I'm going to show you the new stuff I'm putting on now. Okay, I just grabbed everything out of the box. So that's the old pump, and the new pump is now here. You can see that this was 6-rib. This is now aluminum and 8-rib, as opposed to plastic. I have a new aluminum overflow tank and a new Corvette style power steering pump. So this is what's going to be going in on the new ICT billet brackets. We still need to get everything off of here, so I'm just going to keep working on this until I have to go, and this will be the video. I'll just get as far as I can on this for everybody. I still have to get the rest of these accessories off. I'm just going to keep working until I have to go today because I have a lot of work to do. So we're just going to keep going, and this will just be the video, and then I'll have more updates coming for everyone. The guy I bought the engine from converted this to a hot rod setup, so luckily it has the hot rod oil pan. Like if you're gonna basically stick an LS into an older car, like a 69 Camaro for example, you have to do these conversions to make it work in that car. So some of the stuff is pretty cool on here, so I'm just gonna resell some of this stuff, like the low mount alternator. The alternator is basically supposed to be up here, but it was down here because he got rid of something else and put it there. I think in that spot, there actually might be nothing down here. Power steering, alternator. I think the AC is back here usually. I don't remember what's right here. I guess in some cars maybe a vacuum pump or something for emissions. I don't know. But we're gonna get rid of the low mount alternator. We're gonna put the new alternator up here on the new bracket. Power steering is going right back in the same spot or close to the same spot. We have a new water pump. I'm hesitant to pull the water pump because I feel like it's gonna dump antifreeze all over the place. But I have to go. I have to get back to work. I still have my day job. I have a bunch of products to get out for supercruises.com, and I'm just going to work until I have to start getting stuff over to the shipping place because I also have orders I have to get out. So I'm just going to keep working, and then I'll just end the video when I get to that point, basically. Okay, here's where we're at. I only have so much time every day I can work on this thing, and I'm trying to get a lot of updates out faster for everybody. I've been working on 4 cars at once. I've been filming everything, but I haven't been able to get the stuff on the YouTube channel. So today is going to be the beginning of me just pumping stuff out. I'm pausing on this for right now, but later this week I'm going to jump back on it. I'm going to do that in the next video. That way, what I was doing was just collecting footage, and then I'm like, oh, I'll get it up on the channel, and then I get so busy I can't get to it. So I just have tons and tons. I have probably 1,000 hours of footage that I need to put out that I just couldn't get on. So now I'm just going to do smaller videos for everybody. So I'm going to stop here. Where we are at is I'm test fitting the, this is sort of a bracket with like a cage setup. So it's an inner bracket and an outer bracket. The reason I'm doing that is I needed something stronger, because if you're running over 20 pounds of boost on a LS1 engine, you can easily break accessories. You can easily break the brackets. So the brackets that I removed, those will just snap. The power steering pulley would snap. Even this little, actually the little bracket for this low mount alternator probably would have been okay, but it's in the wrong spot, so we can't even use it anyway. So in the next video, we'll work on doing the crank damper. We'll work on swapping out the water pump. The reason I didn't want to do that is I just didn't want to deal with the antifreeze today. And then we'll work on getting the supercharger in place as well. Hopefully all in the next video. And eventually we'll get back to the steering system on this. The steering knuckles and the hubs, I'm just thinking out loud right now. Since I'm doing drifting, I'm not really sure if those are going to work. I have a steering rack that's good for drifting, but I might have to change the steering knuckles for this and get the wheels to go out a little bit further for drifting. We'll figure it out, but that'll be, you know, down the road. But right now, I just want to do this update for everybody. So comment below, let me know if you like this style, and let me know if you like this cool, you know, these upgrades I'm going to be doing to this engine. So have a very nice day. Comment below, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you later.